What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of From the Sidelines. I'm Cullen Mac.
I'm Daniel DiMaggio.
Got a lot of big news to talk about. Let's start off with the MLB. Daniel, take it away.
Let's also mention, it's been a month. We took a big hiatus.
Yes.
Spent time with some family.
Exactly.
Miserated, which is a word I just made up. Miserated through finals. At least on my end. He's already experienced plenty of that.
Okay, well, some big news before I let Daniel get to his big news. The Yankees, one team in New York, has been making a lot of... I feel like they're playing catch-up, basically, for the big signing that they missed out on.
And we're playing mustard.
They've been making a lot of moves. First of all, they signed Max Fried, all-star from the Braves, to an 8-year, $218 million contract to bolster up their pitching.
Wow.
They also traded for star closer Devin Williams from the Brewers. And as of today, they just traded for Cody Bellinger. First baseman, also can play outfield, do a little bit of both, maybe make up for Rizzo.
It's a lot of acquisitions.
A lot of acquisitions. Is this going to help them in the long run? Maybe. Bolster up that bullpen and their pitching rotation, and let's see what goes on.
So you're telling me it takes 3 guys to amount to the guy that we're about to mention?
Or that you're about to mention. Apparently, I don't think these guys hang.
They're not going to hang with the Juan Jose Soto Pacheco, 26-year-old phenom, best hitter in the game. That's right, I said it. Yes, he's on my team now. We have some bias, but there's no one I'd rather have on the New York Mets, 3-2 count, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, than Juan Soto. What was the deal?
It was 15 years for $765 million, plus a suite in Citi Field.
And some security, which the Yankees weren't willing to offer.
Yeah.
How about that? Who's got the bigger cojones in New York now, baby?
Probably Soto and Lindor with those contracts.
Yeah, 2 players. But it sounds like Steve Cullen is top
He's balling
dog.
out. Yeah, he's got the cash. He's ready to do it.
What do you think of this deal? You think it's going to age well, or what do you think?
I think it's going to age well. I like Soto. I think he's a great player. A lot of Dodger fans wanted to get him. I did not want to get him. I thought, why would we need to add a guy to a roster that just won the World Series?
Right.
So I think we just need to lock down Teo. But besides that, I like our roster.
Generational talent.
He's a great player. I mean, he's improved every single year. But I mean, his defense to me is the one thing that doesn't stand out to me. He's a great hitter. Offensively, he's amazing, but I just don't think he has the glove of a $765 million.
You know what? You talking about his defense is making me defensive. And guess what? You're right. He is Marcell Ozuna in the outfield.
Yeah.
But he is not Marcell Ozuna at the plate. He's 5 times that. He's the best hitter in the game. Pure pound-for-pound contact hitter in the game. He's like Tony Gwynn and Barry Bonds combined. There, the glaze is being put on the donut. We'll move on. I love the deal. It's not my money, not my pockets. LFGM.
Kyle Tucker goes to the Cubs in a trade. That's a big move for the Cubs.
Big move.
But they just got rid of Cody Bellinger, so maybe that was kind of written in stone once they acquired Kyle Tucker.
That's a good point.
But what are the Cubs kind of doing right now? I feel like they're kind of in this middle.
You get Kyle
float.
Tucker, you're competing.
I feel like they're in this middle float, though. I will say that. I don't know what their end... I mean, obviously, everyone has the same end goal, but right now, what is Kyle Tucker adding to the roster?
Top 5 hitter in the game.
Not a World Series, though.
What do you mean?
He's not going to get you the World Series.
Nobody is in baseball. It's not an individual effort. Look at the Dodgers.
No, but,
you had to buy 3 players.
You're saying Juan Soto is going to get you to the World Series, right?
Yeah, because we made it to the NLCS. And we couldn't beat you guys. Now we get an extra star. That might send us over the edge.
One guy.
Yeah.
But I thought you said it wasn't about one guy.
No, because we still need to bolster our pitching staff. So, no, it isn't about one guy.
Yeah.
But Soto's twice the player Tucker is,
You think you guys are getting Corbin Burns? You guys need a pitcher,
I think we get Roki Sasaki.
Sasaki?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or like a Walker Buehler.
Speaking of pitchers, Garrett Crochet traded to the Red Sox from the White Sox. Do you remember the last time a White Sox pitcher got traded to the Red Sox? Oh, yeah, they won the World Series. That guy was Chris Sale. So
Sure, there's not a guy in between. No, if I'm going to be a nerd, there probably was a guy technically in between then, but that's the last big sock to the sock.
Socks to the sock.
That'd be a fun game for another time. Who played for both socks?
Yeah.
Anyway, No
that
pun
wraps
intended.
us up for the MLB. Let's head over to the NFL.
Yeah.
3 weeks left in the regular season. I want to hear your predictions for awards.
You do?
Yeah, would love to.
Oh, that's nice of you,
Let's start
Cullen.
off with the least and go to the highest. Let's start off with Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I didn't even write it down. Oh, but I know who I want. I guess it is the least because I completely forgot to write down my candidate.
There you go.
My candidate, though, I don't need no disciple. I just need a verse. Jared Verse, baby. He's a beast.
He's played great.
Right?
He has 4.5 sacks on the season plus 32 tackles, I believe.
I
so,
think that our Rams
pretty
fans would appreciate that answer.
I'm going to go with Quinion Mitchell on the Eagles.
Good
He's
pick.
got 32 tackles plus 10 PDs. And, I mean, dude, they're just not throwing to his side, man. I mean, like, it's like Quinion Island out there.
I think he got 2 defensive rookie of the years on that team. Him and Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean didn't start right away, though. I think that's the only thing taken away. He doesn't have all those games under his belt. Offensive Rookie of the Year. What are you thinking for offense?
See, this one was really hard.
I think this one's tough, too.
Yeah, this one was really hard. I mean, I was looking at the stats, and I think my boy Boone Fay, diehard Broncos fan's going to like this answer because I'm going Bo Nix, baby. Yeah, all right, it's kind of a shocker, but we've still got 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
And if you look at his numbers next to the Jaden Daniels, the other candidate, in my opinion, he's right behind him in passing yards. He's got more passing touchdowns than Daniels. He's got 5 more interceptions, and the passer rating and the QBR aren't like Daniels, but he's played less games. And the Broncos are a better team, in my opinion. What the Broncos have managed to do with a rookie quarterback, you got to give Bo Nix some credit. I know he threw 3 picks yesterday, but they don't call him Picks Nix for a reason.
I think Daniels has the better offensive weapons, but I
Totally.
think Nix has the better defense.
Who's got okay, good. Who's got the better O line? Might have to go back to the drawing board for that one. I agree with you, though. Anyway, I'd love to hear your answer. I think
for
I might
me,
know.
I mean, I know you went quarterbacks. I didn't even think about the quarterbacks. I kind of went more for a position player. I went between one of the 2 Georgia boys, Lad McConkey on the Chargers. He has 873 reception yards plus 5 reception touchdowns. But then you go over to Las Vegas, you got my boy Brock Bowers, who's arguably playing like the best tight end in the league right now.
Yeah.
He's got 4 touchdowns.
Top tight end numbers?
4 touchdowns, and I think he has 968 yards.
Wow.
I think he's top 5 or something like that. Like, he's really
And
up
he's
there
like
in
the only,
reception
but he's the
yards.
only weapon on that team. Though.
He's the only weapon on the team. Well, they got Jacoby Myers, but I mean, obviously he's the star there, so they're going to keep feeding him. He has like 90 receptions as well, so he's getting fed a lot.
So Jaden Daniels, Brock Bowers, who do you think? That's who it's
If
going to be.
Brock Bowers can get over
gonna be.
like 1,200 yards, I'm going to go Brock Bowers.
And maybe a couple more touchdowns.
Maybe a couple more touchdowns, but otherwise I'll probably say Jaden
That would
Daniels.
be cool to see those dogs get a Rookie of the Year.
Go Dogs, baby.
All right.
All right, let's go to the Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year.
This one's tough because, I mean, am I going to go with the guy that has the most picks or the guy that has the most sacks? If I go with the guy that has the most picks, I'm going to say Xavier McKinney. Xavier McKinney with the most picks, leading the league with 7. He got traded to the Packers this year. The Giants didn't believe in him.
He's having a
and
great
he's been
year.
having a great year. But then you look at a guy like Trey Hendrickson, who unfortunately is on just... I don't know what's up with the Bengals this year. I don't think anyone knows what's up with the Bengals. Jamar, Burrow, and him are playing great. He has 12.5 sacks, but they're just not winning games.
They lost to the Ravens twice by like 1 or 2 points as well. I mean, it's slim margins here in the NFL.
No, it's close.
And
but,
it's still a loss on the tally board.
I'd give Hendrickson the nod for that.
You're going with Hendrickson.
12.5 sacks, yeah.
A defensive end, really?
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm going with the defensive end too, but the best defensive end in the game, TJ mother frickin' Watt. I picked a Wisconsin boy, and I'm an Ohio State fan. I like the Bosa boys better than the Watt boys. No bias, of course. But TJ Watt tied 3rd in the league in sacks, 1st in forced fumbles. That's underrated. That means the pass rush is nowhere with this guy. He is bolstering through like Normandy. And this would be his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year.
Catching up to his brother. Steelers defense, I think, has been the best part of their team all year. Russ has been playing great since stepping in, but I think it's really been the defense that's kept keeping them in games, especially with that line. You got Cam Hayward.
Right.
You got TJ Watt just messing everything up, whether it's sacks or, like you said, forced fumbles.
That line.
He's the heart.
That line's
that
nice.
line's the
Minka's
heart,
cool
and he's
too,
the best.
but that line is nasty.
That line is nasty.
All right.
Let's go to Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year, easy.
I think this one's
Saquon
Barkley. 1,964 all-purpose
Gotta give it
yards,
to him.
plus 13 all-purpose touchdowns. He'll probably have 2,000 all-purpose yards.
And he's aging like fine wine.
The Giants gave up on him, and Eagles said, we still believe in this guy. This guy just has torched us for years.
He's Playing incredible.
Yeah. All right, MVP. This is
My
the debate.
favorite. This is my
This is the
favorite.
debate. So I'll go with my guy first because I know who you're gonna say, and I think your guy is like the team. You know, that's why he is the MVP because without him, I mean, he's the grease. You know, he's the oil because there's not a lot of weapons going on at there besides the one weapon he has. Well, I guess he has two now, but he's really been carrying this team the whole entire year. But I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson simply because at this moment he just has slightly better stats. Okay, he has less interceptions. Lamar Jackson only has 3 interceptions this year to go along with 4,323 all-purpose yards. So he has like 700 rushing yards plus 3,000 plus passing yards, and he has 37 total touchdowns, 3 of them on the ground.
Yeah, those are some wonderful stats, Lamar. Do you need another MVP? Or can we just give it to Josh Allen already? Come on, just give it to the guy. He's balling his ASS off, and like you said, he's the whole entire team.
Yeah.
You know, he put up a stat line a couple weeks ago. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns in a game. Only the 3rd quarterback to do that in history. And he didn't play the Giants this week like Lamar did. He played the Detroit Lions, the pick to win the NFC Championship, and he beat them. He's had
back-to-back great games. I mean, he had that shootout with the Lions, plus last week he had the shootout with the Rams.
You know, you can look at the interceptions numbers and be like, those are some mistakes, but he's
5
taking
picks.
more risks.
He has 5 picks, which isn't crazy. I mean, that's 2
And
more
John
than Lamar.
Harbaugh just has a great scheme for Lamar. You know, I want to give John Harbaugh a lot of credit for the MVPs Lamar's able to pump out. You know, a lot of love for Lamar, but this is 50-50.
And also the offensive coordinator, is it Todd Monken right now, I
Yeah.
believe, at the Ravens, who's really just found this
I think
niche
it's
with
50-50,
Lamar.
bro. I think it's 50-50 right now.
It could go either way.
Really?
Josh
But in my
Allen's
opinion,
stats,
it should be Josh Allen.
he has
100%.
36 all-purpose touchdowns, 25 in the air, 11 on the ground.
And Amari's on and off, literally on and off the field. Like
3,879 all-purpose
he's
yards.
doing it all. He's doing it all.
Yeah, he's doing it all. But he's got James Cook, he's got Amari, but I mean Lamar has weapons too. They both have a lot of weapons, but I think Josh Allen didn't start with weapons. Lamar's had these weapons all year.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Unc. Or maybe UNC.
Yeah.
Unc Bill Belichick.
Uncle
Bill Belichick signing with UNC to be their next head coach. I think this is a great move. Really interesting. A couple episodes, I thought he was going to be a head coach in the NFL. You said he's going to be a defensive coordinator for the Niners. And we were both wrong. He's going to college, which is actually, I think, a great move for him, especially with all this NIL now. It's like running a real professional team.
Yeah.
He probably has some NIL to work with. And I believe the Pat McAfee show the other day, his pitch to players was that this is going to be a professional program that's going to be a direct pipeline to the NFL because he has so many connections and everyone loves Bill Belichick. And, I mean, who's to say in a couple of years now we don't see UNC, like, making a push in the college playoff?
Right. Well, if he's there by then, I heard rumors that it's just a bridge for him to get to another NFL team.
Oh.
That could be a believable story as well. But if I were him, take the UNC job and run with it.
That could be the job for the rest of his life.
And I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Can Mike Evans get 1,000 yards this season?
He needs 400 more, I believe, to get 1,000.
I think he needs 251. He's
251?
got 749 right now.
Oh, I forgot about the game the other day against the
Yeah,
Chargers.
he's got
Okay.
749. And he's playing the Cowboys, Panthers, and Saints.
He's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
And that would be 11 straight years since he's been in the league of 1,000 plus
Amazing.
yards. Hall of Fame, the man.
All right, real quick. The Heisman came out. It was the winner, Travis Hunter, beat out Ashton Genty. They said it was the closest race ever. The votes weren't really close. I want
Not
to hear
at
your
all.
thoughts on this. All I'm going to say is that when I watch Genty's tape, that dude's the whole entire team. Just like how Josh Allen is the whole entire team for the Bills, okay? This guy is the team.
World revolves around him.
But then you look at Travis Hunter and, like, no one's doing what he's doing. He's playing both sides of the ball. He's playing every snap,
Right.
dude. And when he gets the ball, he makes the most of his opportunities. So, I mean, I would have been fine with either way. I thought Genty should have won it because, again, he is the team. But
You want to know what I think?
yeah, go ahead.
I'm glad Travis Hunter won that award because, you know, he didn't lead the league in anything. Yeah, because he was busy playing both sides.
Yeah.
There was no surplus. There was a balance. Dion wasn't going to just shove him on the offense and then have a little defense. He wanted him to be a two-way player.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball. Snap after snap. Possession after possession. And that I've never seen a season like it. I need to go back and watch the tape. I didn't watch a lot of Colorado games because I didn't believe in the hype and they weren't even that good. But he was amazing.
Yeah.
He was incredible. His receiving stats are top tier, you know. And he was, you know, 6th in the entire CFB in reception yards, 2nd in the league in touchdowns. He's a great receiver. Honestly, it's the cornerback position where he's weaker. But
which is weird because that's what he wants to. I think people are saying he should play.
oh, he would be
in
an
the
incredible
NFL.
cornerback. Knowing he's an incredible receiver, those skills can translate to cornerback easily.
Yeah.
But Ashton Genty, was he robbed? No. Why? Because he
was
lost
so
to
close.
Travis Hunter.
It was such a close race.
That's who you want to lose to. One of the greatest football players in the 21st century. That's who you want to lose to.
I think at the end of the day, whoever won, no one would have been happy. Someone's going to be upset.
Even Cam Ward's upset.
That's all this week from the Sidelines. I'm Cullen Mac.
I'm Daniel DiMaggio.
Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, share, do all that. We love you guys.
Share if you care.
We'll see you guys next week.